And welcome back to a special tour kind of mood. You got KJ, you got Bobby. It's the McFarlane episode. So Uncle Todd came out and gave us some pre-orders, some drops, and I won't lie, there are 3 that really attracted me. Although I should say 2, because one is kind of just pretty much the same thing. Kind of is. All right.
Classic Toddy Mac. Yeah.
And we talked about this on our, what grinds our gears was the fact that McFarlane will release 2 of the same figure, but slight variation and different heads, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it could easily have been a what Hasbro does, and we'll talk about Hasbro at the end of this episode. They'll give us the alternate heads in the same package.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things where, do you really get the bang for your buck? I mean, if you're a McFarlane fan, if all you collect is McFarlane, fine.
Yeah.
But if you're like us and you have to kind of, draw some lines in the sand. Now the one McFarlane figure I do have 2 of is that Batman 1000 variant. I've got the normal, and then I found the light blue and light gray variant in Kansas. Yep. That's it. That's the only one I got because that's the one I really wanted. All right, so we've got from Warhammer the Orc Mega Knob with Shooter Artist Proof Mega Fig. Now we were talking about this before. You like this because it is for the
customizer and for the painter.
Thank you.
Yeah, the McFarlane toys are really geared for people who are either artists themselves or they has just a higher degree of appreciation for art, right? And later on, we can go into like the ups and downs, plus and minuses from McFarlane figures compared to like Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Black Series, Classified, and even some of the Mattel figures. We were just talking about the Masterverse and like what they're doing with their 7-inch line, right? So with the artist proof, instead of taking a figure and just coating it with primer, white, gray primer, and then painting my own colors, this saves me a step. That lets me keep a lot of the detail, and the detail being key with a lot of the McFarlane action figures, the textures, the sculpting, you know. So that's why people who do take to those artist-proof figures, those matte gray action figures, that's why they appreciate the McFarlane line across the board, be it in DC Multiverse or Warhammer or what have you.
And I will say the one positive I will always give the McFarlane line is their paint job. I might lambast their sculpts, but I will not lambast their paint jobs. I have always appreciated the paint jobs.
Well, hey, let's go ahead and get into it. I have quite a few examples. So here's like one where I would say they did a really good job with the paint.
Yep.
The face sculpt, not so much. This is more Jake Momoa than Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa, yeah. it's what happens when you order Jason Momoa off Wish.
Exactly, yeah. But you can see like the level, the sculpting, the texture, the detail.
Yeah.
All the Snyder cut Justice League figures were tailor-made for someone like McFarlane and his toy line to do, right? So.
Well, and now, and before we finish that, the other Warhammer we got was the Raven Guard veteran sergeant figure from Warhammer 40,000. That just looks badass.
Yeah, you see the detail in the chest, like the skulls, the wings, even just the little paint hits with the silver and all that kind of stuff. So I get it. People who dig Warhammer 40K, I think they like what they're digging so far because they're going just deeper and deeper into that license.
Now, the other pre-order we got, and I'll talk about the face sculpt and painting in a minute, is the Joker, the comedian from the Three Jokers storyline, is now going to GameStop instead of just at Walmart, which I like a lot. Once again, paint sculpt, the painting, the sculpting, it's beautiful. I love the dead white eyes on his face. Now, here's where I will kind of throw question marks on what happened with Batgirl, because they did show pictures of Batgirl coming, and the new 52 one they did that was my favorite figure of the year of
Yeah,
2020.
it's great figure.
Great figure. What the hell happened with this Batgirl? I'm it's night and day for me. Painting beautiful, the face sculpt, and I think this has been our biggest, I think, not complaint, but miss. I think I'll put it on a miss with McFarlane when it comes to the female sculpts, the female face sculpts. Just what is happening here? Because this one, and I'll put a picture up here now. The face is stunning. It's a very real looking face, whereas the one from the Three Jokers is just kind of a miss.
Yeah, the quality really vacillates. Like sometimes they hit it out of the park, and then sometimes it's just not the case. I was just talking about the Justice League earlier, right? So like I am not a fan of what they did with the Flash. It's like basically for me it's about scaling, right?
Right.
The sculpt is decent for whatever reason. I think maybe Ezra Miller has one of those faces. The SH Figure Arts, the Mayfix one, I'm not really pleased with any Flash face sculpts. And you get what you pay for when you get a $20 figure instead of one of those import figures. But once again, they make up for it with the sculpting, with the detail, with the texture and all that. And for a $20 figure, I mean, that's a lot of work where that tooling goes.
Yes.
But once again, trade-offs.
Yeah, and that's where I have a buddy of mine. He's actually my officiant for the wedding. Anything and anything Superman. Yes, anything, everything Superman, he gets it. I actually have a figure. Dave has it for me. I need to pay him soon. That's for my buddy. Like anything Superman, except the death metal Superman. I showed him a picture of it. He's like, oh no. What
the allergic reaction Superman?
Exactly. It's like my boy. What did I do to my boy? Right? Like, I mean, it's James Caan and Godfather. Like what happened?
This is the comeback concert. This is the Nickelback comeback concert Superman, basically.
It is Scott Stamp comeback with Creed. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. He just
be kind,
but not too kind. Anyways, so that's the issue. Now, like we said earlier in the show, Uncle Todd loves to give us variant upon variant. So this one, we get two different Swamp Things.
Yes, Swamp Things makes my heart sing.
They both look awesome. No ifs, ands, or buts. However, and I think this goes to who is your Swamp Thing? Is it like the new 52 Rebirth with the antlers and the wings, or is it the 1980s? None of that crap, and it's just straight. Now we did get both versions, one with the antlers, one that's plain, and both figures are on the screen right now. However, the paint job on the antler one, I told Travis this. I like the one on the paint. I like the paint job on the antlers better than pre-52 Swamp Thing. I have to see the price, but I'm sure it's gonna be like I think it's what, $40 figure.
Yeah, it's $40 mega fig. Yeah,
it's mega fig. Okay. If I've got a job by then, which I still I'm not that big of a Swamp Thing figure to like, oh, I gotta get this. But if I have credit at Target, I can knock it down to like, $20. I would 100% get the pre-52 non-antlered Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I think we're all waiting for the day that McFarlane just gives us the extra head sculpt, just give us the extra hands.
That will never happen.
It's just like, I know he's getting the extra $40. So like, for example, we were saying like, I can get myself some model wash, right? Some brown model wash and just darken up that pre-52 Rebirth figure, because I watched the movies, I watched the cartoon show when it was on. I can't say I'm the world's biggest Swamp Thing fan. It just looks cool.
It looks cool.
Shout out to So, but it's like they keep playing these games. So, for example, one of the mega figures, once again from the Snyder Cut Justice League, Armored Darkseid.
Yes.
Target exclusive, right? But it wasn't too hard to find. I don't know what it's like now, But you look at the size of the box, you look at the amount of volume it takes up and everything that it comes with it. It's an impressive size, right? But it's like really when it breaks down into the figure, that's really the nuts and bolts of it. So I have Steppenwolf. I cannot stand up Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf has like the tiniest feet. He has like truncated prisoner of war feet. That's like they hobbled him, like man, what did they do to you, right? You need the stands. So each McFarlane figure comes with these stands, right? Value, right? Except try standing this thing up without the stand. So if you're taking photos, you might want to take from the knees up, man. So that stand's not in the photo. Just being honest. And more about this later. This is my favorite McFarlane figure right here, Bizarro. I
do love the Bizarro. I won't.
And that buck. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that is the only way I'm able to stand up my John Stewart is with the stand.
Yeah.
Which is that. Yeah. Oh, and the Flash. I need the stand for the Flash, but I also got the Flash doing some funky braking.
Yeah, without the little lightning bolt thing that goes to the foot, it's gonna be you kind of need it to help, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do. All right, and then finally we get some non DC. We get the Ice Giant bloodied variant from The Witcher, from Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and then we get Todd's bread and butter, the Violator. We get two different versions from Spawn. We get the bloodied version, and we get the one that is signed, the print signed by Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, that one's like $79.99. So you gotta. I hope you got love for Spawn's universe, man.
And you know what? I know also there was an issue with the Batman Year 2 figure, and Todd did say that he is going to be releasing more of those figures for pre-order.
Yeah.
And I don't like. I won't. I'm not going to get the sign, but that would be cool. But if I can, I definitely want to try and get that Year 52 figure because that figure is just amazing.
Yeah, the cape and everything. Yeah. I was able to reorder mine. Target was nice enough to include a $5 gift card. I got some Crackling Oat Bran.
Okay.
High in fiber.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Now, as we're talking about the McFarlane figures, and they are beautiful to stand, and once you've posed them, you're done.
That's it.
You're done. Now I'm going to try, because this is why I love my Marvel Legends, if I don't mess this up. Carefully. Boom.
Fastball special.
Well, Peter got a little antsy there. Ugh. But no, like if you do it right, like there you go. Like you can't do this with McFarlane. You just can't.
No. In fact, so here's Superman, right?
Right.
It's like you have if you have Wolverine in that pose where he's like has his knees up and whatnot, it's like this is probably the closest I could get to it. It's almost like a tortured yoga pose, basically, right? And this is not to disparage McFarlane toys or whatnot, because you get what you pay for. So if you want all that Kryptonian texturing in the sculpt, you're not going to get that with House of X, Wolverine, and Colossus.
Because I will give this to Hasbro. Like this is the House of Bex. It's got the details on the gloves and the boots.
Yeah, some of the hair on the biceps.
Yeah, you got the hair on the bicep, and you've got.
Did you get that on sale? Because Walmart had a crazy sale on all those.
No, I pre-ordered these when they came out. Yeah, but like the face sculpt is great. I love this face sculpt. This is my favorite Colossus. I have no need for any other Colossus. This is my.
That's a sweet Colossus. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I sold off the other variant head because it's the only I like this head. I think it's perfect. Yeah. But yeah, like the paint job is great. I love it, but it's not as texture. Like Hasbro is like, hey, we're gonna paint it, ship it out. That is texture. That is Yeah. McFarlane is all about that texture.
So so we were talking about variants earlier, right?
Yeah.
So here's the black suit Superman.
Right.
And then here is the Target exclusive red suit Superman. So this is probably like one of the few times that you have like a story reason to actually
yes. Yeah. Because I've got I mean, like out of my mini Wolverines. Yeah, see, that makes sense. Like I've got this House of M Wolverine, and I've got the blue and gold.
Excellent, right? Yeah, exactly. Wolverine has so many looks. You have the samurai black suit Wolverine, right?
Exactly.
The Weapon X Wolverine. Yeah, Cowboy Logan. Yeah,
exactly. You're gonna have like that is one of those things where it's like, all right, yes, you can have like my two Batman variants. It's the color different color cowl and cape and the gray. Having like you said, like the Thomas Wayne, where it's like with mask, without mask.
Yeah, the Flashpoint. Yeah,
Flashpoint Batman. Yeah,
and that's the last time I'll do that. Although I do have both of those Detective Comics 1000s, the black insignia and the one with the blue, and that one I'm keeping in box. I'm keeping the blue one in box.
Okay, yeah. Now I mean, and I can't pull them out because I've switched the heads all around, but you do have that with the Iron Man, with the Marvel Legends Iron Man. You've got
yeah, in fact, I have it right here. You're talking about this one, right?
Yes. So I have that one right here with the I got this one. I just took his head, his alternate, and put on here because this is actually the AI Iron Man.
Yeah, you're talking about the stealth one, right?
Yeah. So this head came with this stealth, but this one had the AI head and the original head, and yeah, like you that's the one thing I do love about Hasbro is the fact that the heads pop on and off, and we saw with Dave's G.I. Joe figures that the movie and the classifieds don't interchange.
Right. Yeah. I think Scarlet in particular, the head size, the peg size was like completely different. It's like, why would you not build that into the line?
And that's why I love Marvel Legends. You can just pop off the heads and just mix and match and have fun with it. All right. So this is a quick little, McFarlane, drop these. It's great. I love that Todd does it all himself. It's in his office and it's like, hey, here's what I'm doing today. And here's what I'm giving y'all. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you, if you had to grade what he gives us today, what would you grade it?
For McFarlane Day on GameStop, I'd probably give it 3 out of 5 whiskeys. And here's why.
Okay.
Because we have all these different variants, right? Yep. People who weren't able to get a Violator on GameStop sold out, right? You can get the bloody variant, and that's great, but that's what it's going to be, right? Maybe you look out, maybe you can find it somewhere else. Maybe you can find that at Target or Walmart, right? But if you're like an art figure collector, and you just like that look, and you're just a big Spawn fan, then more than likely it's going to be your second Violator. Like I have a Violator pre-ordered. The bloody one looks great. It would look great in photos, but you have to pick and choose. So I only have that one Violator. So it's going to go to the person that missed out, right? The Swamp thing, right? It's like, fine, I'll shell out $40 for that figure. It looks great. The sculpting looks amazing. It's going to look great. I'm going to have Swamp Thing versus the Merciless, Swamp Thing versus Violator. It's going to be great, right?
Right.
But I'm not going to spend $80 in the same figure. Not again, because McFarlane already made me do that.
It's true.
Right? So, and then you have the Warhammer fans. Like, I'm going to get as many of those gene stealers as possible. It's just a generic horde that you can put up against anybody. It's good. They're like albino aliens, basically.
Right.
But I'm not going to get the Mega Orcs. I'm not going to get the Raven Guard Veteran Sergeant. I'm not a Warhammer guy.
Yeah.
So that probably going to depress that. I'm just looking at just the DC stuff, baby.
Yeah.
But as far as that stuff goes, having the 3 Jokers, having those Batman and that Batgirl, having the 15% off, all these Justice League figures I showed were 15% off today. So, it's like $3 off. It's about maybe 16, $17. It's a great value, right? Even with this Batman, you would have to buy the Platinum Edition with the goggles up, and then you would have to buy the Unmasked Edition for the Ben Affleck head.
I know.
So that's 3 figures. It's like, man, like I would spend $29.99 for a Justice League Batman that had those different head sculpts that I could just pop on. So yeah, so 3 out of 5, and that's me being nice. That's me showing love to DC Multiverse and just being glad for the nuttiness that is Todd McFarlane.
I can't really argue with that. I mean, I'm gonna go. for me, I'm gonna drop it down to 2.5. Only because while I do love that Joker, once again the dual variants, that's when that just kind of like irks me just enough to drop it down. I'm not a Spawn fan. I'm not a Warhammer fan, so that literally has nothing for me there. Now, if you are a Warhammer fan, then perfect, go get it. Build your army and call me crazy. And if that's you, then I don't have any. I have no desire for any of the Witcher figures.
Yeah.
So it was cool. But I'm not gonna pre-order any of these. I'm not gonna rush out and try and like hunt for them if I come across them. Cool, but it's nothing where I'm like, oh, like it's not like a Marvel Legends has Repulse. I'm like, all right, here's my credit card. How much does it? Oh God, okay, that's how much I gotta pay today. Okay, but this is like cool. Here, people, go get your stuff. But my wallet is loving me right now. So yeah. I'm pretty sure Travis is going to be looking at this video going, what?
-8 whiskeys. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. He's like 2.5. That's like a negative. You hate it. I'm like, I don't hate it. It's just it was
right. There's things about it. Like what I like about the McFarlane toys, I keep collecting it for a reason.
Right.
I've slowed down versus 2020 and last year. So I was getting everything, and now I'm not.
Yeah, we've had to start kind of pumping the brakes a bit. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Not much, but just a bit. And that's where we're like, all right, I'm okay now. All right. Next episode, I think we'll be dealing with PulseCon.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a big one. 22nd and 23rd. I'm gonna have to ask my boss if I can take at least a half day and be like, yo, I'll see y'all after lunch. Right,
because we have to cover that, and then my wallet will be you'll hear just like wallets screaming in pain across the country.
Yeah, my wallet looks like the black hole from Interstellar. It's just that ring of light. That's where the money used to be.
All right, so that is episode 47.
Yeah.
It's a Todd kind of mood.
Hey, I like it.
There you go. Todd kind of mood. All right. For KJ, I am Bobby. We will see you in the toy aisle.
Peace. All right, man.